In this video, an attempt has been made to grow the milky mushrooms without the use of dark room and by adding an input to speed up the initial growth of the mycelium. So with these two modifications, I try to harvest or try to reduce the harvesting period as well as avoid the use of dark room. Let us see how I have done this. The cleaned and chopped straw has been weighed and it is around 100 grams. So we'll take it as 100 grams. Then we will weigh the wheat flour. I used wheat flour, maida flour and rice flour, but I'll be showing the wheat flour. So 5 grams weighed for 100 grams of paddy straw. So that is coming to 50 grams per kg. Then the amount of water required. Using a glass, the volume of which is weighing around, the filled glass, 300 grams. So like this, 3 glasses of water is poured in the pressure cooker. So that comes to 900 grams of water for 100 grams of paddy straw. Then we'll add the weighed wheat flour in this water and we'll mix the all contents very well so that the lumps are broken and the wheat flour is completely mixed with the water. So in this water we will add the cleaned chopped paddy straw. So this way we will fill the pressure cooker and then we'll go for the sterilization. So the cooker is ready for sterilization and we will place this cooker on the stove and put the burner at the high flame level and wait for the 5 whistles, which will take around 20 to 30 minutes. This is the sterilizer product. The clean straw has been sterilized and in the sterilization process all the fungal spores, bacterial spores or any other organisms, inocula, have been killed. So it is now clean and whatever we seed or spawn or inoculate, so that will only grow. And in this process we also made a layer of starch or carbohydrate on each piece of the paddy straw by using the wheat flour. This helps in the initial, speeding up the initial mycelium growth until the fungus can digest the cellulose present in the wheat straw. So this way we are trying to reduce the dark stage time from 21 days to lesser. I have used 27 by 20 centimeter 51 grade micron polythene bags for filling the sterilized straw along with the spawn. So one layer of straw and one layer of spawn. Like this I have filled. Then I poked the holes in the bags for aeration purpose. After filling the bags, one bag from each treatment. There are 4 treatments. One is control, that means it's only paddy straw, nothing else. No flour has been added. And the rest of the 3 treatments are treated with rice flour or maida flour or wheat flour. So from all these 4 treatments, one bag has been separated and it is enclosed with a black polythene bag, so that we can keep these black polythene bag covered bags in the light room itself instead of keeping them in the dark room, while the rest of the bags which are not covered with the black polythene bag are kept in the dark room. Let us see the bag kept in the black polythene bag and in the light room, how the mycelial growth has occurred. So as you can see, good surface covering of the mycelium can be seen over the paddy straw. This is 8 days after the inoculation. So the bag has been opened. Now let us compare the bag covered with black polythene bag with that one not covered with the black polythene bag and kept in the dark room. As you can see, they are more or less similar in mycelial growth. Similarly, from other batch, you can see more or less similar growth in both, whether covered with black and kept in the light room and not covered with black polythene bag and kept in the dark room. So there is no difference in the mycelial growth whether you keep in the dark room or not. It is 16 days after the inoculation. And what you see here is the left one is bag not covered with the black polythene bag and kept in the dark room, while the right one is covered with black polythene bag and kept in the light room. That's about the control. And this is same thing with the rice flour treatment. The left two bags are not covered with black polythene bag and right one is covered with black polythene bag. Similar with maida flour. Similarly with wheat flour. So now let us open the black polythene bag and take out the mushroom bag to see the mycelial growth. Here you can see the left one is not covered with black polythene bag and kept in the dark room, while the right one is covered with black polythene bag and kept in the light room. So you can see even better growth in case of the bag covered with the black polythene bag. So whether it's the same similar mycelial growth or it's better actually. So, and this is in case of control. Control means there is no carbohydrate or starch covering on this straw pieces. Then same thing with the rice flour. The right one is covered with black polythene bag and kept in the light room, and the left ones are not covered with the black polythene bag and kept in the dark room. Now we'll open the black polythene bag covered one to see the mycelial growth. This is at the 16th day after inoculation, and as you can see, white mycelial growth has completely covered and occupied the paddy straw. I have used sand to cover the paddy straw when it is opened. Since it's a lockdown period, I could not go out and could not get the either black soil or cocoa pith. So I used the sand available around my house. And the problem with this is I used a very thick layer of sand, and sand is very heavy. And in addition, I did not regularly water it. So it kind of took 2 weeks to show the sprouts or buds or the reproductive stage to start. So as you can see, small buds coming out, and I expected this earlier than 2 weeks, but it took around 2 weeks to show these sprouts or little mushrooms. So this way you can reduce the whole time, dark period time and in the light stage time in this process. As I already mentioned, I changed two things here, or I added two inputs here, two inputs. One is creating a layer of carbohydrate or starch over the pieces of sterilized straw. So this layer of carbohydrate acts as ready-made food for the initial growth of the mycelium, and fungus takes this easy digestible carbohydrate and grows very quickly in the beginning until the cellulose, because the digestion of which takes a little longer, is available. So until then it will start using this carbohydrate, the starch, and grows quickly. Then it will switch to cellulose. So this way we can reduce the total days or total period in the dark stage to 15 to 16 days from 21 days. That's the advantage by using this starch layer, and it doesn't cost much. Hardly wheat flour costs around 25-20 rupees per kg, and of the three flours I used, rice flour, maida flour, and wheat flour, wheat costs very less, so you can go for wheat. And as I showed, the weighing, the measuring of the water, weighing the straw, those are all just for the experimental sake, because I want to do this on a small scale, on experimental basis. So you need not to go exact figures. You can change, you can tweak around, you can reduce the amounts or increase the amounts according to your specifications, needs, and requirements, so that which works best for you, you can use that. Then second point here is, when we are putting these bags, filled bags, in the dark room for 21 days for mycelial growth, we are trying to prevent the entry of light and interfering with the mycelial growth of the fungus. So same situation or same condition we can create by wrapping the bags in black polythene bags. This way we are trying to prevent the entry of light into the bag, and we can place these bags in the same light room as other light stage bags. So there is no need to maintain a specific dark room separately, and you can use both dark required bags, light required bags in the same room, but the ones required darkness, we can wrap them in the black polythene bag, and the ones require light, we can keep them open. So this way unnecessary maintenance can be reduced. And moreover, these black polythene bags can be reused, since they are not coming into contact with straw or spawn, anything. They can be taken out, and with little cleaning we can reuse them for the next batch of the bags. That way we can reduce the cost of the production by not buying them repeatedly or again and again. This is the second advantage. And if you want to try this, try with few bags. At the beginning, only few bags used for this purpose, and the results are good for you, and they are positive, and you like them, whether they are reducing the time for harvesting, or avoiding the use of dark room. So depending upon your perception, you can scale it up to your whole unit. That depends on your will and wish. So then if you need special conditions, such as having higher carbon dioxide, or reduced relative humidity or higher humidity in your growing rooms, that can be done artificially using some other techniques, which I will be explaining in a different video.